Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Elements in Shadow with What Team Comp. I am your host, the Uncommon Guru. Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
So we got Paris, Butters, and Madrino, aka Ellie, Cheshire, and Elisha. I was about to say Ellie again. I was about to say Ellie again because we used to have three characters with an E in it, okay?
Three
I'm
E's.
still. And also, you're not in roll 20, Mad.
Aren't I?
Guru.
I'm
No,
staring
you're
at
not.
it right now. You're not.
Guru. I just
Hmm.
realized something.
Yeah.
Cheshire might have the most gold in the party.
Most
Sorry
likely.
about that. It didn't load up.
Cheshire's sitting pretty with almost 3/4 worth of gold. I mean, he has almost 75.
I knew what you meant. So, you guys ready?
Mhm.
When last we left off, the group had finished their missions after running between axe beaks, giant boars, and scarecrows alike. And yes, you are level 5. I mentioned that 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
I mentioned that you guys had leveled up from the scarecrow fight. So, did you not level? I told you to level your sheet up.
I think I did.
Okay, good. Good.
Let me do my health for my. Let me do health math real quick.
That's why I always have my health put in
Go
a little
on.
thing on its own. But you guys have then gone and gotten paid for 2 of the missions, mentioning that you fought axe beaks and boars. And after deciding to wait on the third one to get the confirmation so they can actually pay you properly for what you're due, they went and saw the mayor, which the house was suspiciously quiet and suspiciously empty. Which, after poking through everything and finding out that there was a secret entrance, you went in and investigated, with Cheshire completely asleep in the back of the inn because he was very, very tired after the fight with the scarecrows. That being said, with you guys scuffling with the rug and eventually coming out on top, you guys were able to eventually look over the place and find interesting things regarding the nature of the governor, and that she was potentially a mage of some sort who left a journal with a very perplexing and very ominous message within it, one that they've currently got on their person. And after going back and saying hi to Shuffle and introducing him to Tabasco, aka just basically just raw pepper juice, needs a little bit of seasoning to make it Tabasco, but you guys are free to do as you wish.
I heard a shuffle in there. I'm calling it because I'm a dick.
You what?
I heard a shuffle in there instead of a Cheshire.
Cheshire. Yes, I meant Cheshire, of course.
Don't give Shuffle Tabasco sauce.
I mean, he would
He'd make
die.
a weapon out of it. He'd weaponize it.
Jesus. He puts it in a squirt bottle.
So, do we get a long rest or no? I forget.
Are you going to get a long rest?
No, did I get one while they were fucking round? I don't.
You might have gotten a short rest, but we weren't gone for like 8 hours. I mean, you got a long rest the day before, because we didn't do anything after the scarecrows except sleep.
Yes, so you got a long rest.
Alright, so I don't have a level of exhaustion. Got
Correct. You got the long rest, and then afterwards you went and you guys got paid for the 2 missions, went and talked to the governor, and you still have the rest of the day before you get paid for your next mission, or your final mission, which will be paid tomorrow.
Is there anybody huge amongst them that isn't the mayor?
Currently, no.
God damn it.
Not that you've been able to find, at least. You can
Boring!
look around.
I'll look around.
Roll an investigation check.
Can it be perception?
You're, there you
Okay.
go. Looking around the city, let me actually roll this something real quick. Because
Rolls a D100, giant walks into room.
Do you have some sugar I can borrow?
you go into one tavern and you're looking around, just like, yeah, I want to find someone. There's gotta be someone. Maybe one second here.
Ugh.
Just want to make sure I'm pronouncing this right. Okay, cool. You see a figure that you've not seen too much of. They're big,
Oh.
tall, kind of lanky, smaller than a furbolg, but still looking.
I mean, being smaller than a furball doesn't mean jack shit, since they can be like
Is it a
9.
bugbear?
It looks like
No,
it.
we would never.
Hang on, I'm sorry, I'll be right back.
You're fine. I'll wait for a moment. Because this is what she's looking for. And the old game stuff had interesting things. Pulled up a thing about the person that she's looking up at, and I was like,
What do you mean the old game? Wait, I'm confused.
You'll understand in a little bit. You likely don't know what this is. Likely, but you might know what it is. I'm not going to put it past you. It's just a possibility that you don't. Paris gets called away a lot. She is very, very
She gets
helpful.
brought to the principal's office a lot.
I know, right? The principal and his rules.
Wow, how dare you assume the principal's gender, Guru? I'm triggered. Gosh.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome
Sorry.
back. You're fine. Alright, so the figure is almost, it's like, let me put it this way. If you looked up at a furbolg, that would be considering almost an inverse of the description, so just bear with me. A furbolg might be, very stout, very strong-armed and such like that, so you might consider them essentially like a dwarf in some ways, because they're big and stout, but they're tall, and they're blue. This person would be smaller than a furbolg, but might be more wood elfish.
I know what it is.
They have ears that are above their eyes, and their head is almost overly large for their bodies, especially their jaw and their chin. They have kind of an oaky brown colored skin with a few specklings of yellow, probably something akin to freckles. They have a two-handed greatsword nearby and a longbow with arrows nestled not too far away, and they're just idly chatting with another entity who looks to be an actual wood elf. They're just chatting amicably.
Do I know at all what he is?
Roll a History or nature check, your choice.
Am I proficient in evil? No. Still rolled well.
Still rolled well. You've never met one personally, but you have heard of various giants and giant kin. One of the giant kin races loosely matches this description. Seeing it in person is a little bit more
Jarring.
jarring, yeah. Of a Voidkin. Voidkin.
Ooh.
I will spell that out for you real quick. Yes?
You said I might not know it. I do know it because of you, because we were talking about the largest races in D&D one time.
Mm-hmm. Voidkin, which is, again, related to giants, but is one of the smaller giant kin sub-races, I suppose you could call them.
You will approach this person immediately.
They are currently taking a sip of their ale, and they see you approaching easily. You're rather tall, and most people are seated, so it's not like, you can be missed. He kind of like sips in, kind of like pauses, just glances over, glances back, just like, shit.
Do I hear that?
When you step up to the table and stop, and he realizes you're approaching him, that's when you hear it. So yes, he's like, hello, hi.
Hello.
Ah,
You have a great
you sound
axe.
very pleasant. Great sword, actually. You have a great axe or great sword.
I have both.
You must be quite strong to carry both.
And you have to be really strong to have one. Do you mind if I ask you to spar? She's bouncing on her toes.
Is this a normal custom? I'm unaware. No,
Not for
no.
here.
He's not asking you. He's asking the person next to him. And the wood
Oh,
elf's
okay.
like, no. It's let me actually roll something real quick. She is from the tribes, like Goliath. Oh. Ah. I. You said not. It would be rude of me to deny you your contest of spirit.
If you want to say no, it's okay.
I prefer to fight when it is necessary. It's simply that. But if you are, as he says, then this is more than just that. It is a measure of strength to allow you to act as a progression to allow
She's
you
nodding
to.
her head like enthusiastically.
I've actually spent time with Goliath. I once saw one who was convinced that if he could break his way through stone, he would be able to move on to new mountains, and he spent several years punching sand until he was strong enough to do so. It surprised me, but I commend anyone who wishes it, and I don't know why you choose myself, but
Because you look very strong.
thank you.
She's looking at him like this is like the simplest answer. Like, why would I not pick this?
Yeah, he's just like, thank you, questioning, and just like, sure. I would presume you would, as the Goliaths do, wish to keep it in all fairness and no outside interference.
Mhm.
When and where?
She draws her great axe. Now and outside.
Weapons! Right. Please don't let her bleed me. I won't let her bleed you. You'll be fine.
Cheshire with a half-cocked smile says, "Don't worry, I've seen somebody beat her before."
Yeah, was him.
Well, not a half-cock smile. No,
Just
just
like
straight
a
face. 'Cause
just
I forget. I forget Cheshire doesn't show emotion. 1 second.
A smile.
fine.
for
You're
Cheshire.
fine. I was aware
Yeah.
that you were just. It's an internal smile.
Shuffle would have smile when Shuffle would have smile when being a
Cheshire
kid.
doesn't.
Cheshire does.
Cheshire's just like, I've seen someone who beat her. Yeah, it was him. Yeah. Hi.
Speaking of which, I want a rematch at some point.
Maybe at some point.
Bartender, I'm not dining and dashing. I need to.
She will put 2 gold on the counter.
Your room's paid for the evening. Go have fun. That's really too. Nope. You are doing this in fairness. I acquiesce. Picks up his greatsword. Walks outside. And
He like bolts outside.
yeah, he's looking a little bit nervous. Just let's remember your training. Any specific ruling you wish to take upon?
If you feel like you can't take it, go ahead and say it. There's no shame in feeding. I don't know if that's the word.
Yeah. I mean, I would take one blow and do so, but that would not be a true test of your will or your strength.
Some people can't handle a lot. There's no shame in that.
Of course. Gets into a ready stance.
Don't ask me why she's like this.
Roll initiative. I'm just gonna add you to the turn order. Just your name.
Thank you. She currently needs to beat something, and right now she had to pick the person who's the base one she can find.
A random stranger.
What are you doing? My dog is rubbing her pig on my fucking books. Jesus Christ!
So he beat you on initiative. He got a 21. You
Yeah,
got a 13.
that's clear.
You see him like, and he's going in. He's going right in to hit you.
Cheshire's, if anybody knocks unconscious, Cheshire's just sitting on the side ready to pull someone off if that guy does win and gets bloodthirsty for something, whatever.
Right. First attack is a 9 to hit, so that misses.
I will say she's out of armor, so my armor class right now is 15.
Okay. That is a 15. That's
That
not dex.
he hits twice? Oh, that's right. Wait, no, I have extra attack too.
Yes, he has extra attack too. The first attack misses, the second attack hits. For 14 points of slashing damage.
Alright. Ow. It's
Alright.
rage time, because that hurt like hell.
Mhm.
And now there's sense of danger.
I'm in danger.
Right.
I'm in danger. That'll hit.
I'll click the button.
Okay.
I can't hit extra because I have to use bonus action to... Wait.
No, you have an extra attack. You can swing
That's
again.
right. It doesn't count as a bonus action.
Nope.
I'm so used to my rogue!
Yep. Bonus action to rage. This is an extra attack. So plus 15. Yep. So that is 28 points of damage out the gate. Not bad. Alright. Alright. That'll miss. That'll hit. 9 points of slashing damage, halved to 4. That'll hit.
Shit, my consistency. Ah! Okay. My Discord fucking notifications are stopping me from clicking the damage. Fuck's sake. I need to turn that off.
Okay. That will miss.
Miss.
Alright, so that
What are
is. Alright.
Do I notice if there's
Hmm?
anything different?
Any different what?
Anything different about him after the first couple of hits?
In what regard?
in the regard that he's similar to me.
He is not raging. He is
Okay.
not angry. He is trying to keep cool. The first attack hits. The
Ow.
second attack misses. No freedom.
Freedom!
That is 16 points of damage, half to 8. Wait, not 16. 15. So 7. 7? Hold on. Nope. I was right the first time. It is still 8. I
God damn it.
added it wrong. I had it wrong in my head. I was like, no, wait, hold on. Did I mess up? No, I was right the first time. That'll miss.
I missed.
That'll hit.
Discord!
Alright, so that is... Ow. Ow.
Silence. What happened? Why are you silent?
Nope. He takes a deep breath. He looks to be focusing and not necessarily reconstituting himself, but he looks like he's getting himself to be more focused. Let's see here. Just need to check something. Hold on. Just need to check and make sure about turn consistency here. Let's go back a little bit more. Okay, so that is the thing. So you use the other one first. Good to know. Oh, no freedom. Hit. That was
Jesus
a
Christ.
23 to hit, and then a 21 to hit for 9 points of slashing damage and 11 points of slashing damage. So 4 and 5
10.
respectively.
4 and 5.
Yeah.
9 plus 11.
Yeah, 9 plus
20.
11 is 20, but you have each of them individually.
Oh, okay.
So you only take 4 and 5. So 9.
Okay.
Your turn.
Motherfucker!
That'll miss. That'll hit. That is 16 points of damage. Goodness.
Jesus Christ, so much help! I've bitten up more than I can chew!
He is unconscious.
What? Holy shit!
Yep.
I thought
What?
him to stop when he was bloodied!
No. He understood that it was a matter of pride for you, and he was trying to give you as much as he could. And
Oops.
he is now unconscious. And his friend kind of walks out just like eating an apple. Just,
She's sitting beside him, Paul.
oh, got him. Leans down and puts his hand on him, and after a moment you hear, oh, ow, ow, ow. You overdid it there. Yes.
Sorry.
You hit quite ferociously. I should not have held back. That was
You held back!
only one or two little things, but to be fair, I did not really have my heart into the spirit of things. I was.
Mm.
Do not worry. You punished me plenty for it. Next time, I will not be as soft on myself. I need to be harder on
Fell off
myself.
her hand to pull him up.
You help pull him up, and he is still a good 1.5 feet above you.
Holy shit.
He's a tall boy. He's like over 7 feet at least.
What's your name?
We'll type this because I know you guys like your notes.
I love mine.
What's What the fuck?
I don't keep that good of notes.
I sometimes do, and then there are other days where I'm just so checked out that my brain is like, wait, what?
My name is Runschuld.
Where are you from?
I am wandering at the moment. Normally I am from the forests up to the north, towards the border between here and Hellesen. I've been noting various things in the world and wish to see more of them. I am a long way from home.
You miss it.
The forests are lovely, and I do wish that I could be back there soon. But with the oncoming summer warmth and their shade out of my reach, I think that the ocean and its breeze of, well, salty air, hopefully cooling, perhaps maybe a lake would be better. Don't worry about it. I'm still with you.
Where are you?
Oh, forgive me. Oh, I stuck my teeth. Ik ben geweld. I'm
Yvel.
geweld.
This is the wood elf, right?
Yes. Geweld. I'm keeping an eye on my friend. I've been bonded with the forest for a long time, and he needed someone to watch his back.
That's nice.
He's a good man, just maybe too good at sometimes. Yeah, I've seen you swing that thing faster than she could blink. Come on, don't be so hard
me.
on yourself.
Show me.
Nah, he's. I mean, you can rust it off later. I really should not.
She's looking at him with big eyes. Please.
Just one demonstration will not hurt.
Yay!
And he gets into a stance. He turns himself and action surges.
Oh, he's a fighter.
For very strong, very swift motions, just cut through the air, and you're just like, you blink, and you're like, oh.
What do you mean
got-
she blinked?
You blink afterwards from the force of the air. Because it's, a great sword being swung at high speeds.
She is bouncing once again.
As you can see, I am proficient with what I do.
Would I know what kind of style of fighting that is?
Off the top of your head,
No, thinking about it.
I'm going to say probably not. You've seen people who fight like him before, but there are different ways to be taught in the same occupation, but each one can be unique.
Okay. What are you?
I am of my people. I am. There are many words to describe it fully. Let me actually see if there's. Did I have that written down? If I didn't have this in my notes, it should be in. There it is. In Elvish, we are referred to as the Cand. C-A-N-D.
C-A-N-D?
Yes, we are referred to as the Cand. In Elvish, it means the bold. We are people who are meant to speak peace to others. Admittedly, I have not spoken much peace. I have simply traveled, but learning other people and their cultures is a way to, with greater understanding, bring such things about. you not agree?
I mean, personally, I'm of the mind that sometimes good knock to the head.
Occasionally, perhaps. That is one way to look at it.
But I can respect your train of thought.
I
Would you
appreciate
enjoy
that.
some hot sauce?
Oh, no!
No, thank you. I will consider it later, but at the moment I am quite full from my last meal.
But okay, alright. Ain't that much talk. Are we leaving tomorrow or today?
Tomorrow!
Oh, you
What
were
time?
leaving.
Yeah. We finished up the quests here and get to the land, see if we're in one place for too long.
Then may your land stride be as far
Good.
as your
Sure I
eyes
heard
can
that right.
see. What? I'm sorry, what? Mad what?
Madrino!
But you don't eat
What'd
your
you say?
ass. Kid talking.
Hmm.
Your echo. Mad! You know.
Sorry about that.
Uh-oh!
The
He's
robot is
Optimus
back.
Prime.
Did you say he's out of time?
He's
Days
Optimus
to figure out
Prime.
exactly how this happens. But today's not that day.
Much better.
Guru, I just want to make sure I heard that right. So he's from an organization called the Can.
Yes, the canned.
And basically what they do is go across the country preaching peace.
They try. They're not preaching. They are known in their organization, their group, as being people who are generally sent as peacekeepers. They're not sent. They just kind of go, or
Are they-
can be asked to do so.
A Guru question: are they like Liam O'Brien level of peacekeepers, where it's like at what cost, or like, is it like different?
You don't know.
So kind of like Jedi-esque almost.
Almost, yeah, something similar-ish to that.
Okay.
I know someone who's a little bit more peaceful than normal. To kind of point to Cheshire. But I really like the fight.
He appears soft-spoken, a good man.
I mean, our cleric doesn't like to fight, but also sometimes he just does.
You see him turn to Karg, and Karg's just standing there, a little bit shorter than him, which is, it's a little bit different for him. He kind of looks up at the guy, just is very slight, but it's still there, and he just kind of like slowly waves, like, "Hi, oh, hello there. I heard you. I'm Karg." Holds his hand slowly, just like, "Sorry that my fiance kicked your ass." Oh. She was very cordial about it.
Or she'll about an ass whooping.
Is there anything I can do for you, or for... No, I just, thank you for indulging her.
He's here to make sure I don't accidentally kill someone. Or get myself killed.
Mostly the second, but yes.
So far, he's job.
Wait, what? What, man?
So far, he's been doing a rather good job of that.
He gives a thumbs up, just... I've been trained for many, many moons over this, and
If I die,
Many
he would miss me
seasons.
too much.
that as well.
See? He won't ever admit it, but he likes me.
I can admit it. It's just that it's more fun to see you squirm and wish for more.
Traitor!
He grins at that. Just I apologize again for ruining your meal. Actually, she paid for our room, so.
Uh,
Oh, did you know?
I figured it would be the right thing to do since I kind of browbeat him into fighting.
No, you're fine. Just all right. If you're all right with it.
It was only 2 gold.
Right. 2 gold.
I just wanted to say accepted money, and he should be aware of this.
Huh?
Huh?
What thing?
I said I should probably state right now that she's no concept of money, and he's well aware of this.
Yeah, that's why he said that he's not sure if she's meaning 2 gold is in actually 2 gold or 2 gold is in. I just threw in an amount.
I'm sure she knows how to fucking.
She
count.
knows how to count. Yes. But because he knows that she has no concept of money, he's like, I'm gonna hope that she actually means 2 gold. Doesn't mean I'm going
And
to
not
trust
20
it.
gold.
Concept of money means like
Oh, no,
I
no,
don't
again,
know what something
again,
costs.
I
It
understand.
doesn't.
But
He knows that
his
the
expression,
knows,
yeah,
actually.
yes.
Does my fiance know how to count? She's
Yes.
literate, so I mean, he would.
Is my fiance smarter than a 5th grader?
The results
I
may
love to
surprise
see
you.
D. I would love to see D&D. Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
No,
Be
no, no,
real
no.
honest.
No. It would be, are you smarter than a goblin?
No, that's
No,
a
that's
dick
too
move to
easy.
goblins, though.
No. You're saying it's too easy, but then you get into stuff about trap making, and suddenly you're like, wait, I don't know any of this, and the goblin's just slapping it, just like, I know all about this. This is my time to shine.
Some of the questions in Are You Smarter Than insane, so he's not wrong.
What's the circumference of the sun with no given evidence? Go, 5th grader. Kid gets it perfectly correctly. How the fuck?
Child. These are 5th graders from private schools.
Anyways,
Why they aren't talked about the school system. Yes, anyways.
So yeah, he's just slowly shaking his head, just like, I'm just gonna focus on moving forward. And we're
He's a
moving
worry
forward."
warrior.
I can tell he seems a good man. He has like a thumbs up, just like
Mom said he's gonna go gray by the time he's 30.
if I'm lucky.
I mean, you're really old already.
Hmm.
She says this with the.
Yeah, he's like blinking gif. Just stares at her for a second, just like, we really should be going now. Again, I appreciate you giving your time.
Thank you.
Take care. Don't lose your way, and whatnot.
I'm always lost.
Oh,
That's what adventure is.
ah, yes. Take care of her. I am. Just slowly nodding, turns around, looks at her. Come on, let's go. Not on another adventure to get back to the inn. Don't you me. We've got shopping to do
Please.
for. We have shopping to do for rations.
That is an adventure. I want to explore the marketplace.
Then you can explore the marketplace. I'll get the food.
Me.
I'll go with her so she
Please.
doesn't do
I'll-
anything untoward.
I'll go with Karg just in case he wants to have heart-to-heart conversation.
I would actually appreciate that. Well, let's head ourselves in. So you guys,
She's pouting, but she'll go with the washer.
of course, you head into the marketplace.
Alasha, as he says that, make an insight check for me.
Okay.
This should be great.
I feel like you've studied enough of his psychology by now to maybe get something out of that.
Ooh!
That's his idea of a joke.
The notebook is out.
She's subtly writing down.
I heard like a really loud slap, so all I could
I
imagine
clapped.
was
That was
all
not me.
I
no. All
clapped.
could
I wish it
imagine
was, but it was
like
not.
Lusher just.
Snaps open
I
the
just
book.
imagine Lusher like slamming the fucking book open.
Like
Mhm.
his idea of a joke is just saying something that he finds humorous in the same voice he usually says something.
Ah, that classic
Perfection.
deadpan humor.
The deadpan humor. Oh my goodness.
That's not my favorite kind of fucking humor, though. Just dry humor.
It's really dry humor and it's
With
amazing.
Shires, the thing is just impossible to tell that
Mhm.
he's telling a joke unless you know his psyche.
He's constantly the straight man.
Hold on.
Oh, Jesus.
What was the DC for it?
Say like a good 15, just because of the Detect Thoughts cast.
Ah. Then yeah, Karg wouldn't be able to make that because he didn't cast Detect Thoughts. So
I
yeah.
don't think he hangs out with Cheshire enough, though.
I mean, he hangs out around Cheshire. Hangs out with Cheshire is mostly when he's with you.
Too busy staring at your ass. I mean, I meant that in a different way, but sure, take it the other one.
It was just the way that you said it.
Are you giving him any money for rations?
Me?
I'll
The
give
two
him
who aren't
10
with him.
silver.
Okay, mark on your sheet that you have an extra 2 rations.
No, he can carry it.
Rip. I mean, I have a shit ton of boar meat
Cheshire likes being
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
and axe beef meat.
Oh, that's right. Do we know how far it is to where we're going? The
I
towers,
still,
right?
I still have
She's
6
wandering.
pounds of axe jerky. Bless you.
And you've been working that
Uh,
off,
So
right?
much food.
Hey guys.
Hmm?
Yeah.
I still have 20 rations on the cart.
Jesus Christ.
I've just been eating the ones that I had on me, so I'm still good.
I just,
Karg is
eat
gonna
what
go
you
buy some.
kill.
Yeah.
There is that, yeah. We've been eating things that we've killed, so I haven't actually been able to eat my rations.
This is why I just said she's just a survivor. She'll just hunt, find a boar, and carry it back.
Can I buy painter supplies so I can paint the mask if it breaks?
I mean, what are you eating back there?
One
I can
second.
feel you jittering. Stomach.
Pint. 10 gold.
Yeah.
Drop that and you have painter supplies.
It's not. It shouldn't like. In my mind, it's not hard to paint the mask. It's just all purple with a little bit taken out.
White teeth,
Yeah.
which you can just leave blank if you want. Actually, no, white teeth if you want to, make it stand out, make it really pop.
Yeah.
Maybe black between like the teeth to make it more of an open maw sort of looking thing. But it all depends on your style and what you're looking for. But for 10 gold, you're able to get your painter supplies. They don't sell it by individuals. Or if they do sell it by individuals, it's in a bigger container that costs more or less a larger amount just for those colors. Purple is a very expensive color.
Color of royalty.
He just takes the painter supplies, man. It ain't that complicated for him.
Nope. You
I
now
mean-
have a
he-
painter supply
he has-
kit.
He has no real use for gold, and he's got an abundance.
So yep, you're able to buy yourself painter supplies. Congratulations, you can now paint.
Da 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 da.
Cheshire with the Bob Ross outfit and afro.
Let's
all I'm
make
taking to
ourselves
is
a
that
happy
Deadpool
little
skit.
cloud.
Cheshire with those deadpan face. We're gonna paint ourselves a little happy little tree.
No, I
And
can't.
then we're going to paint this tree over here because someone has to be bugging this tree, right?
Beat the devil out of the brush.
That's right.
Beat the devil out of it. I love that. Anyways, moving forward. Anything else you guys wanted to get while you're doing this? No really roleplay scenario here. It's really just what are you looking to get?
I'll also notice Elliot is making a beeline for somewhere.
I follow.
He's heading back to the bookstore so she can actually browse.
There was the one that you have already been to.
Now
Is
that
there
she can
any-
actually browse.
So you go into a bookstore. You can actually browse now. Roll an investigation check. You're not looking at them perceptively. You're investigating and trying to find specific things of specific nature.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check out these books.
You can investigate as well. Obviously, you're looking for two different things, most likely.
Can Karg and Cheshire actually meet up with him there at some point? Because Cheshire, that's a place he wants to go to. Because for the longest time, he wants to be able to do something on these long ass rides, other than just shoot up at the sky, bored.
Karg would be happy to let you go look around and have some fun. Elisha, what sort of things are you looking for?
I'm gonna see if they have any magic books.
Okay. This is a simple town.
Mhm.
Not super big in magical department, and if they were, they would likely be with the Mages Guild rather than a bookstore.
Hmm.
Anything else that might catch your fancy?
Let's see. What is this region known for?
1 second.
Mhm.
Where is my notebooks?
I'm just migrating back to where she was before.
Nope, that's the wrong notebook.
Ellie's heading straight for the smut.
Straight for the what?
Smut.
Smut.
No.
She's looking
All
for romance novels, obviously.
Romance books are smut, one way or another. God damn it.
You be
Yeah,
romance in them that did not have sex.
I stand by what I said.
You're thinking of Harlequin romance.
so you're trying to find out things about what Mervale is big for. Okay. Okay, Mervale. Are you looking for things like historical nature, or things like facts about different areas of interest, or more so along the lines of topography, or just like cool stuff that you might find in Mervale?
Let's say places of interest and maybe topography.
Okay.
History too, I suppose.
History too?
But that's lesser.
Okay. Well, I'm going to throw in one other one just because that's one of the things that would have caught your eye in glancing through it. Just kind of like, that's something definitely to look at some point. Let's see here. That's for later.
That's for later.
There is a... What languages do you read, by the way?
You know a lot of languages.
Just click on the language button so I can peek at them. Alright. Let's see. So not that one. That's for something else entirely. Try to go through all these as quickly as I can. Got a lot of pages. Sorry.
I can hear them.
Sitting and flipping through the book rapidly.
Okay. There is a book that actually, let me pull back the name of it because they would have a. I just realized they would have one in common because they would not want their exploits to be appear hidden or otherwise. There is a symbol of a dragon's head in profile with claw marks underneath it. Speaking of a dragonborn clan called the Turneroth Clan Exploits, written by a member of the Turneroth family some 10-15 years ago, about various things that they have done, particularly those ones in Mervale. They're amongst the known and prestigious sorcerers There's nothing super big on topography besides various things about like scenic places to check out. Which, if you buy that one, I will send you a list of the areas it mentions. Uh, there is also a book mentioning um, the
Uh-oh.
what? What? What?
Uh-oh.
What? Oh.
She gone.
What do you mean he gone? Who gone? Oh, Butter's back.
It was Paris that left.
Yeah,
There's-
my whole internet just stopped.
Okay, good. Are you back?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Um, one of the other things that is mentioned that catches your attention is that it also brings up one mention of a topographical words are hard sometimes.
You're doing right.
Part of Mervale, which is referred to as the Storm Peak Mountains, which is actually a singular mountain with smaller little mountains around it. But it is said that that is a place of construction for airships. And it actually has a thing saying, one of the books is called A Ride Upon the Winds. And it is supposedly an account of someone who actually took a ride on such a contraption, as well as various other things that are mentioned within. And the final book is just a history of Mervale. You get all
How
those?
much for all of them?
For all of them?
Oh yeah. How much for each of them? I
For
should
each
say.
of them. Okay. Let me pull this up here. Okay. Due to the nature of this particular library, as well as the fact that it's still paper, still they don't have the same kind of printing press we do, so it's still going to be plenty expensive. But for these particular ones, these ones are produced by someone who has access to this type of technology, so it's not going to be quite as much in certain regards. So if you were trying to get each of them, it's obviously a different price each. The history of Mervale is 25 gold. That one is still printed by the general public. The clan is 10 gold, and the airship is 20 gold.
Ah, Jesus.
So 25, 10, and 20?
They're
So
not,
55 in total.
yeah, they're not as connected to make it a lower price, but the clan clearly is able to knock off over 50% off the pricing.
Mm.
And you actually see that this place has 3 copies.
Hmm.
And looked like he may have had more before.
Okay.
Down over here.
I will leave them for now until I find out how much I'm going to get from the Scarecrow money.
Alright, so Ellie, you go back to where you were and you see all the same titles you saw before.
Anything new? Because I know she cut midway through.
There's a few extras that you're like, well, I need to go a little bit further down, but most of them appear to be in the same kind of genre, kind of like the hero saves the fair maiden. No, lame. No, boring. Give me strong female protagonists.
I need it!
Yeah, this aisle, you go over it like 3 times. You're like, I've gotta find, it's gotta be here. There's gotta be it. But on this particular aisle, as you hunt and search, it's just not there.
Boring.
Also, Cheshire said he wanted to do some reading himself. Roll an investigation check, Cheshire.
Did Chester just follow us?
No, he came in later.
Mm.
He wanted to get himself a book later. Okay. What kind of stuff were you looking at?
Something halfling or infernal.
Halfling or infernal?
He wants something he's gonna have to. Basically, he thinks he's gonna forget the languages, so he wants something he can read.
I get you. You find a book that's written in Halfling. You actually find 3 books. One of them is a cookbook.
I knew it. I'm
It's
taking
it's
it.
it's Halfling. The cookbook is 20 gold.
I'll buy it.
The second one is the is the tale of a halfling who went out on an adventure with a ragtag group. It's fiction, apparently, although it says some events were part of this hobbit's life. You read it in like the preface, just like some of these events did happen, but I've
Is it
altered it.
Lord of the Rings?
No, it's
Oh,
there and back again.
You said Hobbit. I was
No, no,
what?
I said
What?
halfling. I
You
never
said
said
Hobbit.
I did not say hobbit.
Yeah.
I said
Okay.
halfling. It is there and back again though, which
Alright.
is the Hobbit as written by the author. It's there and back again, a halfling's tale. That one is only 15 gold. And the final one is it's a more of a romance novel referred to as Courting the Fae, which is 20 gold.
Is that the last one in Halfling, or is what
They're
is
all
it?
3 of these are in halfling.
I don't find any in Infernal.
Nothing in infernal.
Can I ask like the person running said Shope?
If you ask him, he's kind of like, most people don't tend to read infernal. We haven't had many halflings, or not halfling. My apologies. You have these halfling books and tieflings. My apologies, good sir. You are certainly not a halfling. You are a tiefling. I apologize. We haven't had many come through, and we have had no need for infernal as such. I apologize. Skyward Towers, and there's a few libraries if you're heading out of the city that do sell them. If you were willing to wait a month, I could put in a word to try and get one.
No. Anything on fucking, I don't know, psychology?
Not in particular. We're a simple place. I'm sure there's someone around here who may have had some interest in it, but no.
I'll just grab a thick looking, like the thickest book I can find and buy it.
Okay. Just the thickest, just the thickest book. Doesn't matter what it is. You just like go through,
Juicy
find something
thick.
that's thick.
Yeah, I'll make sure it's a language I can read.
It's in common.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Yeah, so 25 gold.
Alright, fair enough.
And you walk away with the history of vic'gens.
Alright.
All right. So you now have that, and
How many pages?
in total,
Yeah.
it's essentially like picking up a textbook. It's a good 500-600 pages. They're not numbered, but there's that many pages,
Alright.
and it's about at least a foot, maybe a foot and a half tall. It's a thick book. It is, again, it's like having a textbook. It's a hardcover, hardy book.
Yeah. He's just like, fuck it. This will give me something to read.
Fair enough. All right. So, anything else you guys wanted to do throughout the day before going to bed and going to head to get your payment for the scarecrows?
He'll just be
Oh.
reading for the rest of the day.
Nothing exactly, but Halfway through the night, after I've had my trance, I'm going to switch over to identify and ritually identify all of the stuff that we found so far. Like,
Alright.
I'll grab all the stuff from everybody who doesn't know what they have exactly and say,
I will make sure that by the time the morning comes, I know everything about all of them.
All right. Gotcha. I don't believe Karg has anything. Does anyone else have anything that they want to have identified?
I mean, I know about the Dwarven Bell, but I don't remember if that was ever fully identified for her in character.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't. You didn't have identify at the time.
Oh, I'll hand you my moonstep machete just in case there's something I don't know about.
Mhm. Anything else that Ellie needs or that Cheshire needs identified?
I came in with a Moonlight Great Sword. Great Axe. I'm
Yeah.
assuming I know what that is.
You want to identify my mask?
Oh Jesus!
Ha. He makes it like he doesn't smile, but he just goes ha,
Oh
Like-
my god!
trying to make it clear that he's being sarcastic.
All right.
Ellie needs to be knocked out eventually.
Karg will just help get her to bed. Just lay down. Sleep. Sleep.
Doesn't work as well as I think it does.
Sleep. And you waiting.
What? Wait.
I'm now up to 2d8 damage on my Ray of
Oh,
Frost
okay.
instead of 1.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean? Wait. What the?
It's
He-
even
it-
more powerful.
He
His
just
flares are more powerful now.
Yep, he just realized he's become exponentially more powerful than he possibly could have imagined. And he got his 5th level racial ability.
So she needs to be knocked out
Oh
because
yeah,
she finally has time to read
we
a
never
book.
discussed that.
Yes, we will discuss more of that
Yeah,
later on.
Later, of
Mhm.
course.
Anything that you wanted to identify for yourself, Elisha?
Oh, heck yeah.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
Such as?
Let's start with...
Can we get the magic items that the other people that left the game had? too?
Right.
Oh my gosh! Are we
Like-
like poaching guys?
I'm going to say that because they left, it's still technically with them.
Yeah, that sounds right.
There is
God
one
damn it.
item that I will say that you do have, though.
What is that?
You do have the Elven Sending Stone to be able to touch base with Winter,
Okay.
who is still your boss on this mission.
Yeah. Do
the
you want
hell
me
is
to keep
Winter?
that?
That's
Dove's
the name
boss.
I've never once heard.
It's Dove's boss.
Yep,
I
you've
think
not.
might have missed it because you weren't there at that point.
I came
he
in
wasn't
session
there.
2.
Yeah, he came in
Yeah.
session 2, so he has no idea.
Do you want me to have that, Paris?
The Elven Sending Stone?
Yeah.
I mean, aren't you already or something?
Say what?
I don't understand how it works.
It's
Basically,
not
you have
an,
the stone.
basically you have one. You know, sending.
It's
Yeah.
just a walkie-talkie.
It's a
It's,
walkie-talkie.
You can only
it's
use
Why
just
would
a
I want it
walkie-talkie.
though? Why would I,
I
want
mean,
it if the
in-game.
other one's with your boss?
With Dove's boss.
Dove's
technically.
boss.
He's all our boss now.
Yes, she's been all your bosses.
Oh, right, the chick who switches between summer and winter. Okay.
Yeah, that.
There
mean-
you go.
It's up to you.
What does it look like, Dawn?
Just
It
a
looks
rock.
like the half of an elven face.
She'll give that to Elisha. I was gonna say, if it was just a shiny rock, yeah, she would take it.
Yeah, it's a half of an elven face with emphasis on the ear. Basically, to say you can speak into this and I will hear you. And then
So
I
then
will
that's
speak into it
us.
and you'll hear me. So yes, so Lasha, you now have that.
Cool. Let's start with that weird smoky armor.
All right, so you pick up that weird smoky armor that you picked up back in the blowing room of death,
Yep.
and you find it is a rather uncommon magical item of smoldering armor. It is literally made to look as though you are steaming while you're wearing it.
Okay, but other than that, it's just regular magical armor.
Yes.
Just regular leather armor, I should say.
Is regular leather armor, the point of it being magical, obviously means that things that would have effect on your armor, were they non-magical, is negated.
Say what?
So say if something were to affect your armor,
Yeah.
magical armor ignores that.
So, like, if it was gonna, say, dissolve in acid?
Mhm.
Let's say a
Interesting.
black pudding would hit you and make your armor worse. Magical armor wouldn't be affected.
Okay.
Just something to keep in mind for later.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to use it, you don't have to, keep it, but it's something you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. From non-magical means, right?
Even magical means you can't have that destroyed, except unless it's in an anti-magic field, which as a wizard you would know about that.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay, next. I also have... I'll do Cheshire's Moon Step Machete, right?
Yep, it is exactly as it was described. It has a single charge of Misty Step that can be used as a bonus action, as Misty Step is, and it is a magical item that gives off a faint moonlight when in darkness.
Mm.
I'm also getting out my book to make sure I correctly label these items when I know you ask particular questions.
I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Okay. Next,
Mhm.
I would like to know what's up with that weird rod we got in the book, in the Blowy Room of Death.
Which rod was that again? Just
It
make
was some kind of weird rod that you said was hanging out in the same place as the armor and the.
Oh, was it the flower rod?
No. That was a staff.
That was a staff.
This is,
Mm.
but it was in that same place,
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken.
This rod has a similar function, but it is a rod of light,
Mm-hmm.
in that it has the ability to cast light at will.
Ooh.
Basically, there's an orb at the top of it that when you hold it out, you can cast light as an action, as you would.
Mhm.
That's what it does. It's basically a free torch.
It's the illuminate spell from Harry Potter.
Basically,
It's
the Lumos
Lumos.
Maxima.
All right. What about? I don't know if this would get me anything. The tomb book that we got in the mummy's crypt.
The one that you took with you.
Yes, the one that guy really wanted.
The tomb book. With Identify, you are able to find out that this has magic imbued into it
Mhm.
for essentially keeping it preserved, to keep it from aging or fading with time,
Mhm.
preventing water, environment, essentially making the book in its own way immortal.
Mhm.
Forever mending.
All right. I've also been working on that, just to let you know. Not trying to figure out what it is, but more like deciphering what's inside of it.
Of course.
Okay. Next is this leather armor of necrotic resistance that you told me is what it is as far as I could tell.
Yes.
But let's find out what it is officially.
Officially, it is studded leather armor of necrotic resistance. Or not studded, leather armor of necrotic resistance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so used to saying studded leather. It's leather armor of necrotic resistance. Officially, that is correct.
Okay. Um. I also have. The obsidian ceremonial daggers.
They are not magical.
Yes, I figured. But what are they?
They are obsidian ceremonial daggers.
I was trying not to be sassy because I'm pulling up Identify
No.
to see if it gives you any other. Hold on, I'm pulling
I'm
up
pretty
Identify.
sure it's not just magic gems.
Hold on. I'm pulling it up.
Uh-huh.
Identify. You choose one object you touch. If it is a magical or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. Okay. Let me see real quick, because I believe that I have to make sure I'm saying the right spell. These were made using stone shape. That is what you find out about them. So these are unnaturally smooth, with obviously some chips in it because it is a natural stone, but they were made using stone shape in order to draw out these obsidian daggers.
Interesting.
All right. Still got all that fancy pottery, but I don't think that was magical either.
Nope.
How much were those pots weight-wise? I just want to make sure.
Each one was between 1 to 5 pounds.
Okay, I'll put it like 2.5 then. Ooh, it's close.
Excuse me.
Short is that?
Mhm.
I'm just looking over. What about my fancy new spell book that I got?
It has a similar enchantment as the Tomb Book in that it is resistant, or rather waterproof, fireproof. It is essentially intended to be a lasting spellbook. Which obviously has very useful applications when you're considering not losing your spells from water damage and the like.
That's pretty tight, no lies.
Now you just need the ink to be able to actually write them down.
Oh yeah, I know. And I think that was about it. I don't remember anything else that I wanted to get identified. And worst comes to worst, I can just do it later.
Excuse me. Of course. You have the pearl now.
Yep.
Alright. So,
I'm
with
waking
that,
up early.
I'd say around this time you wake up.
A lawsuit, there's knocking on your door.
I get up.
She's not shirtless.
I mean, that doesn't matter. I don't care. I just kind of, because you didn't announce yourself, I just kind of peek and I see it's you, and I open the door fully.
Can I see that dagger I made you?
Of course.
And I'll pull out the dagger.
What kind of sword or what kind of weapon does Elisha typically use?
Well, a short sword, but I've been trying to see about getting something that's not a short sword. For more damage.
How long would it take for me to make a rapier, Dawn?
It's definitely much different from the bladed weapons you're used to making. It's not so far out of the idea of conceptually making a rapier.
I forgot.
Mm.
There were the ceramic potion jars labeled in Draconic.
Do you remember what was labeled? Actually, no, you wouldn't have, because you don't
No, because
have
we don't
comprehend
speak
language.
Draconic.
And you don't have, and you didn't use comprehend language.
Sure don't.
And you
And
already
I-
said you didn't do those, so.
Yeah, I'll probably do them later. Or
I
something.
imagine Elisha, as she's handing the dagger over, just her eyes widening, just shoot. Later.
Just as she walks, just as Ellie walks away, just very quietly. Shit.
Wait, also, are you
Quietly
proficient
curses
in
in Elvish.
rapiers?
She's an elf.
I'm a barbarian.
Yes, Elisha is an elf.
So that's a yes.
I mean,
I should be, yeah.
she should. What? Does your
you like me to go
elf
look it up?
please and thank you. As for
Give
making
me a hot
it,
minute.
1 second here. Are you looking to make it a just rough outline of it, or are you looking to make it like usable and functional with maybe some good fancy looking to it as well?
Essentially, she wants a rough outline that she can work on the road.
A rough outline? I'd say it would take 5 days just to get the rough outline. To get it fully smoothed out and make it so it's usable as a weapon, as well as to make sure that it is polished and that it looks it has the look of something that is an actual serviceable weapon and not just well,
A pretty decoration.
yeah, as well as being, or just being, a lump of metal to beat people over the head with. I'd say with the fact that you're on the road and you're probably not going to be doing it if you're trying to do it the whole time, you're very likely to make mistakes.
Naturally.
If you're doing it only during
hard?
rest, obviously if you're only doing a rest, let me back it up real quick. If you're doing it in a forge, just consistently, just in the forge, it would take 5 days to rough it out and a week to complete it with it usable and being ornate and usable. If you're doing it on the road, I'm going to say that can double to triple the time. Depending on the weather conditions, of course.
That's fine.
Yeah. So yes, you can begin working on that, and obviously if you're doing it only during the breaks, you're more likely to have a usable and better one. It'll take a little bit longer just because of the fact that, again, you're only doing it during the breaks.
There's also this in the fact that it will be based off some rolls as well, so...
Some rolls, yes. Which most of it's going to be essentially like strength rolls to make sure that you don't, hit a bump
Wait a
and then beat the... What?
I have like 3 fucking rusted short swords that I have never restored.
Yeah, you've had them, you haven't restored them.
Jesus Christ, I need to do something about this.
Yeah, restoration project. You have to get the tools and supplies for it, but you could technically do it.
Still work on the rapier first.
Of course. But you all begin to rise and wake up
She
after...
took your dagger, by the way. She didn't tell you what she was doing.
Yeah, that's typical.
That's a very Ellie thing to do. Karg gets up shortly after. The place starts to become a little more lively as the morning comes in. Eventually you hear, or like the crowing of roosters and such like that as they're waking up as well. And eventually, as the sun rises, you guys have free stock to go and get your pay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
You head inside. The guy kind of looks up. Figured you'd be back. We talked to the boys on the field. We got to see one of them. We're thinking about sending him to the clergy to get some help. He doesn't look too good. Let me just put it that way.
Wait, out of character. Hang on.
Yes.
Is it the dude?
I think it was the one that was curled.
Is it Billy?
Yeah,
it's
is
Billy.
it the guy? Is it Billy?
Yeah.
Oh no, Billy.
Yeah, he just keeps looking out of the field and just saying he can't go back, and I just think he needs just to go to the clergy and have some time to let that event kind of be expunged, as it were. He's a good hard worker. He's just the fact that he's able to personally vouch for you, and that he vehemently stated that the scarecrows were what did it. I can't exactly I can't go against the witnesses, even though it was dark and it could have been anything. But he's got the marks to prove it, and they match up with what you brought in.
I'm glad to hear that we have been vouched for.
You've done a good service for us, and we appreciate it humbly. For you to... How many of your group were there?
The four of us.
4 altogether.
4 altogether. Let me do some quick math for you. That way I can break it down into silver if need be. Shouldn't, but... Okay, so I can easily split that into 4 pouches of 65 gold apiece.
65 gold a piece.
Apiece.
Wonderful.
If you wish for it to be a lesser amount, I can certainly...
No, that's fine.
We are
That's
most
perfectly fine.
Would you like to buy some pots?
His mouth kind of opens and closes for a second, and then finally just like, what?
We found some nice old pottery. Would you like to buy?
What kind of pots?
Elisha, whip them out.
I will show him these pots that I know are exceedingly expensive and know that I am not going to be hustled for them.
Seen similar types of pots here before. This type of technique's not been used around these parts in a while.
We found them in a temple of sorts.
Temple.
I'll be right back.
How many are you looking to part with?
As many as we can.
I don't need nearly that many, but... How many do you have?
I think we out of character said there were like...
Did you write down how many you took?
I believe so. Give me a second because I got a lot of notes.
You should have it listed under your items as how many pots you had.
Well, I didn't do it with the other thing last time, so... On the audio, scanning gold. I did! 4 really old and expensive ceramic vases.
Alright. Good on you. Sorry about that. I had to take a quick sip to help my throat. Need some hydration. Don't forget to hydrate. Get some sip. Get your water.
I've had a stomach virus. Trust me, I know I need to stay hydrated.
Oh man,
yeah.
this has been nothing but sipping.
Yeah, I want to liquid only diet. I want that.
I feel for you, man. I really do. Yeah. I'd be willing to pay as much as 30 gold for one. It'll make for a good ornamentation for the room.
How much? If I remember correctly, I know how much they're worth. Would that
Yeah,
be?
I do too. I rolled a nat 20 on just like.
Did you
look
write
them
down the
over.
amount?
No.
Let me see.
Can
I'm back.
Do you want me to
Welcome
roll
back.
it again?
Hang on.
Let him see if he wrote it down first.
I am taking more notes in this session than I have been taking in any other session.
I mean, it's
All of the other
befitting.
session combined.
His character is the note taker.
Ooh, not that one. That's too far. That's when Cheshire freaked out.
That's PTSD. That's PTSD. That's PTSD.
Where is the lie? No, that's the gorillas. I just had this. Oh, here we go. I don't think you ever gave us a specific amount. You just said they were extremely expensive.
Mhm.
But I rolled a natural 20, so I don't know what that gets me.
If you were to try and sell just a regular pot, you could probably sell them for a good amount of silver.
Mhm.
An more expensive pot could be anywhere from 10 to 15 gold.
Mm-hmm.
This pot, due to the fact of its rarity, the fact that it's from somewhere that's probably ancient, could go anywhere from 25 to 35 gold.
Okay, so he's
Alright.
giving
25 to 40, depending on who's willing to buy it.
He's giving a fair price out of character.
Mhm.
I'll glance over to Cheshire.
Okay, money is money. I'll take it.
We acquiesce.
And I'll hand him a vase.
He takes the vase and he gives you 30 gold.
Cool. Y'all want to split this 4 ways?
You can split it amongst yourselves. I have enough gold from helping out with the scarecrows. Card catch you. Yeah, just a thumbs up. He's like, wouldn't really help with the pots. I shot myself in the foot. Remember, literally, shot myself in the foot.
I pat him on the shoulder.
Wait, we didn't find the pots when he shot himself in the leg.
No, but during that encounter, the whole event, he did shoot himself in the leg during that event.
She'll give him half for her
Happens
share.
to the best
No,
of us.
no, just keep your share.
You can either take it or I can suplex you, knock you unconscious, and put it on your person.
I'd
Oh
like
my
to see you
gosh.
try, but I'll take it.
Oh?
We are in,
We are in public.
I was going to say an establishment. At least wait until we are outside.
Please don't encourage her.
Or at
And
least
Locke's
wait
just
until
sitting
they're
here
in
like,
the
please.
bedroom.
Please,
What?
I wanna. Huh?
Huh?
Say that again.
Just all right. So, want to go to peace?
For the bedroom, that's the best part about it. But
10 gold. 10 gold.
Yeah, so we
Oh, yeah.
each get 10 gold. Guess what that means, guys?
what?
I have enough money to get another 2 first level or 1 second level spell into my spell book.
Yeah.
Do you say that out loud?
No, I say that out of character.
move your fat butt.
Basically, he's saying, "I'm rich."
I will not be in 5 minutes, though.
Right.
You need to get the good ink to be able to copy them, but yeah.
Yup.
If you said it out loud, Cheshire would straight up hand you 80 gold and just be like, take it.
What the?
Oh my god.
See, don't tempt me, man.
You don't
would
know this
do
in
that.
character.
No, I don't. But I will, in character, say,
Ah, yes. More for the spell.
Spellbook.
Wait, does it cost money to be a wizard?
It's a rather expensive profession, yes.
How expensive?
Depending on the level of spell, you would need 50 gold per level in order to purchase the ink.
Alright, take another level. It'll toss you 50 gold.
She squints. Like, what the heck is this man just like throwing money at
The
me?
shock. The shock
But she
silence.
also doesn't look a gift horse in the mouth, and so she thanks him and puts it in her
Oh,
money pouch. And I have now
have
50
much.
gold for her.
Oh goodness.
I don't have much need for money. I just don't buy a lot of things besides.
My internet!
Oh no.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, good. I was about to say internet, please.
So, yeah, no need to like. I wouldn't use it for anything other than like food or books or something to keep me busy.
Books are definitely a good thing to keep on hand. We need to eventually find. Actually, if no,
Find
no,
a
no,
what?
no. That's
Say it!
it's something I've heard that magic casters can do, but it's not something I imagine we
She'll pick him up. Say it!
make a strength check.
Strength or athletics?
Athletics, because now you know if you're saying it like that, he's gonna contest that.
Holy
Say
shit!
it!
He's just lifted in the air, and just stares at her. No,
Say it!
no,
Say it!
no.
She'll carry him outside and suplex him.
Elisha is openly laughing at this point. Like, first it was just shock at seeing her lift her fiance, but now she's outside suplexing him.
Roll another strength check because you're trying to carry him outside.
Damn!
He gets out.
The exact same thing.
Yep. And now he's going to just turn around and just be like, nope, 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 nope,
She'll
nope,
grab
nope,
him again.
nope, nope. No, he is need to. No, wait, you're faster now. You have 40 feet of movement.
Oh my god.
You're
I'm
able to outrun
fucking-
him.
I will tackle him.
You
Cheshire
can.
just looks done with this shit.
Go to bed.
He gets to the cart.
I will tackle him in the cart.
Oh my gosh. I'll walk over to the bookstore while they're tussling and quickly buy 150 gold's worth of that good ink.
That
The,
good
the
shit.
shopkeeper is incredibly surprised, but he does not look a gift horse in the mouth, and he acquiesces.
Give me the good shit, young man.
Do I have to roll to restrain this fucker?
I'm gonna say you're basically just fighting and stuff up until you suddenly feel something pulling on your hair.
What?
Who's
Ah!
pulling the hair? The monkey doesn't want to see you guys fight.
Congrats, you fought in front of your child.
Like it lands on your
Like
shoulder
your
and
child.
just like they starts patting your cheek.
She will pick up the monkey.
Nuzzles into you.
She puts her fingers to her eyes and points them at a card like in this.
He's just like, turns very slowly and just like,
You're lucky our child saved you.
I'm gonna hook.
Died.
I'm gonna hook up Jivas. Come on, Jivas. Let's get going. Hooks up the
No.
donkey. Which actually, yes.
My internet is having a heart attack.
I could tell.
Okay, repeat what you just said. I'm sorry.
I said he hooks up Jivas and he's ready to go. Are you guys ready as well?
Yes. Now that I got that good ink, and
I'm
am
going.
poor AF again.
I'm going to hold Jared in front of his face. Apologize to your son.
I apologize to Jiren the monkey.
Oh, which ones? Which ones? Which
She will set him on his head. You say which one?
Which
Yes.
ones do I?
Alright, okay, he's alright.
What the hell happened?
Rolled something for Cheshire.
DM it to me just for giggle's sake.
Oh
So
wait, he's unsuspecting. Can I headlock him?
he's driving the cart.
Your point.
I would have thought I got up front and started driving the car because they were still fighting.
No,
Right.
when Jaren hopped in, he popped into the front seat to start driving. And you are probably going to be waiting until you have a time to
There you
actually.
go.
Thank you. Have time to actually
Fine. You know how, like, if you piss off your cat, it just stares at you for a really long time with its
Mhm.
with like part of its face hidden? That's Ellie right now in the back of the cart. With a monkey on her head, most likely, because I'm sure Jared migrated.
Mhm.
Got that, dude?
Yeah,
What?
I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
No worries. So yeah, he was definitely jolted for a second. But as you guys continue, you are now able to depart the city. You guys have a map, and you guys are still heading in an attempt to find Wolf, because Wolf is still being a pain in the butt.
Is
Us-
that our job? Is that our goal? Like,
I mean, that was your original goal. That was your original job. Oh, and their original job was to find Dove's boss. Which, if you're wanting to split away from Ms. Dove, she can continue Wolf's quest, finding after him, because obviously Miss Dove is no longer amongst us, and we can have Kaleido go with her. I was about to call her by her other name, but Kaleido is what we know her as. Which case that would take both people to do that. You can give her the sending stone, and you guys can be free to do whatever you want, or you guys can continue on the quest. So, as a party, what do you wish
True.
to do?
Wait, I thought we found out he went into Wolf went to another continent to talk to somebody.
Yeah,
No,
that's
he
what I
went.
thought.
No, he didn't go into another continent. He went towards the Emerald Towers, which you guys are currently part of this continent.
We were going to
It's
the
just that
Emerald
you
Towers
guys-
for something else as well, if I remember correctly.
For a few other things, yes. But he had mentioned that it had seemed as though he was going towards another continent, and had mentioned Hellison as possible. And then with the cipher that was given to Emily, it was referenced that he was going to be going to the capital of Mervale, which is the country you are still in, the one that you've been traversing through this whole time.
Still need to go to,
Which again, if you want, you can give this mission to Emily Dove and Kaleido, and they can take that for you, and then you guys will be free to do as you wish.
Isn't Dove and Emily the same person? Just want to double
Yeah.
check.
Emily Dove. I said her full name.
I will leave this up to them because Cheshires was just like, I don't give a shit.
I mean, we might as well. I still need to go to Skyward Tower, though.
You guys can still go to the place. Like, if you want to go to the capital yourselves just to go to the capital, you can absolutely do that. Because what that would all that would mean is that you don't have the Ascending Stone. Emily and Kaleido left yesterday, and you guys are free to explore. That's up to you, though. Like I said, so if you want to do that, just remove the Sending Stone, pick a direction. So, party. What do you want to do?
Don't I have to go back a couple sessions because I have a question I forgot. I asked Vela about that fugitive,
Yes.
and she said that she knew the fugitive, but then we went on to how it was weird about the Jossie, and I don't remember if she gave me the information or not.
I'll be honest, I don't remember if she did either.
Oh, god damn it.
You're still looking for this fugitive. and you have no idea currently where to find them.
God damn it.
I'll look back after when I'm not at work and when I get a chance to actually look. But
Mm,
I'll see if I can pull that information up. If I said it, and if not, then I didn't say anything wrong.
they can go off Emerald Tower if they want. We can split the party. Jesus Christ.
Yep, you guys will have split the party.
Mad, you're the final vote here.
Yeah.
I feel like it wouldn't be a bad idea to keep looking for Wolf, but more to the point, I feel like we wouldn't be able to explain very well to our boss why we just suddenly felt like we can go off and do our own thing. We don't really have a
Also,
good reason
what
for that.
would we do if we just keep doing random quests?
There's that, yeah.
This is Butters, not just
Yeah.
nothing like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just guess we can keep looking for Wolf. We can just have Kaleido and Dove be NPCs, I guess.
I mean, they can have gone ahead of you guys. You guys keeping because Dove was frantic with her desire to go out and, Wolf.
Hmm.
But she would have given you the cipher that she had found from before, because she rolled really good on her intelligence check to be able to go, yeah, I know what this is. Wait a minute, I know this cipher. Which might be one that pops up again. But that does mean that Emily and Kaleido will be finding clues ahead of you guys. So that means that they can act as NPCs that are helping you, essentially scouting ahead. So if you guys are doing things on your own, you're not losing out on your hunt for Wolf. It's just that means you're finding different things along the way.
Alright.
So if you want to keep to the path, keep following after Wolf, you guys can keep doing that. If you're like, what would keep you guys together as a party? You guys are great at role playing. You guys are great at doing random things. I'm sure you guys will come up with some idea that I didn't even think of.
Mm.
I trust you guys. I trust your decisions. I have to.
We just go to the capital and see what happens from there.
Guru,
Yes.
you asked earlier about my elvish weapon proficiencies.
Mhm.
There isn't any one specific weapon or group of weapons that shadow elves are proficient with.
Yeah, I think that's just high elves that you're thinking of.
Yeah. Well, wood elves get it too.
Wood elves
And
as well
drow.
as drow.
Yes, they
Yeah.
all get ones. I don't know if I know the sea elves do as well. They get tritons. I don't know
Yeah.
if the Eladrin get it.
Well, I'm not an Eladrin either, so
I know that.
okay.
I don't have Mordekainen's next to me. Do I have Mordekainen's? Did I take a photo of it?
I could get Mordekainen's out of my other room if you want.
I might be able to pull it up faster. Let's have a race.
Let's have a race.
Jesus Christ, I'll be right back in that case.
I'm gonna beat her.
But will you beat me?
I mean, you're using the internet, so. you're
Say
gonna
that
be
I
I
different.
have Mordenkainen's on my phone, that's why I say that.
So do I.
Say that. Imagine
Nice.
Mr. Bean. Oh, a race. Just like if you ever seen the movie Rat Race.
I've seen Rat Race, yes.
Oh,
It's a
a
race. It's a race. Just
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna-
thing of it is, I'm not sure that Shadow Elves would be in here because it's Unearthed Arcana.
Shadow Elves would not be in here, but I'm looking to see if
You
Eladrin.
found it?
Wait, you're not just using
oh, yeah,
Shark
Eladrin's
Eye?
in here.
No,
No.
he's not using Shark Eye. He decided to be special.
I
the
wanted
difference?
to test it.
It has an odd 1d4 that can be added to certain things.
Yeah, Face
49.
for each.
Alright, what am I looking for?
Elves.
So what specifically about elves?
What do you mean?
These races and sub-races and such.
In the sub races.
Am I looking for the races of
Yes.
them? In Mordekainen's?
Yes, to see if the Eladrin and such get.
Shatterkai do not. They get
61.
necrotic resistance and blessing of the Raven Queen.
From what we're saying about Shard Kai, that's just like the updated
Everything is
version of the
fucking
Shadow, right?
banking
So it's
out
like
for
using
me.
a
So-
UA version of a subclass, which
No.
you just don't do.
Yeah.
UA also has the Shadow Elves next to the Shatterkai. Like they have
Are
them
you-
as two separate
what are
things
you?
in Unearthed Arcana.
What are you again?
A Shadow Elf.
Yeah, because Sea Elves get Sea Elf training, where they get proficiency with spear, trident, light crossbow, and net.
Yeah,
If you want, I could find.
but
a
the
weird
Aladrin
sword
also don't. The Aladrin don't get any special weapon training though.
That
And
was
neither
That's
does
The
because it
Eladrin
wouldn't
is
make
right
sense.
there in the picture of the book, holding and wielding.
Neither does the Shardakai. So,
Nah, they do not.
so if he doesn't have it, it would make sense.
In that case, I suppose I would only be getting things from my blade singing proficiencies, which is a single one-handed melee weapon of your choice. One type of one-handed melee weapon of your choice, it says.
Mhm.
What is that weapon?
Short sword, probably.
The one that I'm using right now.
Short sword.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, that makes my life easier. I can just fucking unrust the short sword.
Well, I mean, I already have a
And
short
then
sword,
work
I
on-
appreciate it.
And I don't think they can have a weapon in each hand. I don't think, at least.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I might be able to.
For changing it up,
Don't wizards have weapons like simple weapon proficiency?
simple, not
Yeah,
martial.
Simple weapons.
Oh right, short sword's martial.
Yep,
No, short sword's a simple weapon.
It is.
Nope, it's
Or
a
at least
martial.
they're
It's
counted
martial.
on.
Oh, I have Sword
It's
Coast
a
Adventures
martial.
guide right next to me.
Huh.
I'm smart.
God damn it, Don! I can't keep going out and grabbing them.
Because they're right next to scimitar.
Yep, that is correct. Hold on.
Huh.
On my way. Wizards are in the back. You gain proficiency with one. It does not say anything about adding any one-handed melee weapons of your choice. It is only the one unless you get proficiency with another weapon, in which case I would imagine that in some way, shape, or form you are simply using that knowledge and practice of blade singing to continue to fight utilizing that.
I'm actually not sure because it talks about how you learn a specific.
Oh yeah,
animal
specific fighting
thing.
style, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, that might not work with a different weapon.
Yeah.
So I need a short sword.
A short sword.
All right.
Looks like I'm using short swords for this campaign. But
I mean-
it does also say you can learn multiple styles.
Yeah, you can
I
learn
also
multiple
point
styles.
something out.
Hmm?
You can teach other people to have weapons,
Mhm.
or how to use other weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
And while I'm not fully used to very,
You're not
Technically, you
dexterous enough to use it, but at the same time you could teach. This is correct.
How many styles could I have learned at this point in my life?
I think it's more based around level than lifespan.
Yeah, I'll say that you have the fundamentals of doing different styles.
Mm-hmm.
You have only focused and honed in on one because that was the one that you felt the most comfortable with at the time.
Okay. That would have most likely been the leopard style then.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So yeah, now that we've gotten that housekeeping out of the way, just to verify that stuff. Housekeeping. You guys are on the road again.
On the road again.
I'm just can't wait to get on the road.
Again. So, there are a few things that we can do.
Mm-hmm.
I can have you guys roll some d20s just for fun.
Do it! Wait, where's Bubble?
Who?
The ogre!
Oh
he-
yeah.
He and the bugbears were outside the walls, and they were doing business. Only trade. We don't do gold. Only trade.
I will hug Bumble before I have to leave him behind.
He will give you a very gentle, and by that I mean it's still very tight hug in return.
My ogre
You're a very nice lady.
Betty.
You're a very nice lady. I'm gonna miss you.
This ogre is crying and I'm gonna start crying. I need to get away from him.
Travel safe, lady. Goodbye.
I made him a dagger, right? I made him a sword.
You made him a dagger. You made him a little dagger that was technically a sword. He was
Can I
very.
just roll this?
Oh, go ahead.
Which one should I do, Don?
For what?
Pick between sparkly and clear.
Sparkly.
No! Do not freedom. That's
I
a
understand.
4.
It is usable, but design wise, it is plain.
I didn't mean for the sword.
Oh, what for what?
I mean for what the hell we might run around on the road.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, I'll get to that.
Oh,
4.
dear.
Okay. I didn't mention the other option though.
Oh dear. What's the other option?
The other option is you have a map, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, that's right. Karg bought a map
Yes.
because he's the responsible one.
Yes. So everyone can roll a d20, and then I can list off points on the map as you guys are traveling along. And if you guys wish to do sidetrack stuff, basically it's like going through like Skyrim or Fallout, and you're running through the entirety of the map, and then you just run across this random settlement. And it's just like, I might as well pop in here for a second. I see someone kind of looking like they might approach me.
How many days until we get to Emerald Tower?
A lot.
I'm gonna be reading all of them.
We're gonna pass through Skyward Tower first.
Yeah, you
I think is what you
just
said.
to get to Skyward Tower, it's still gonna be a lot of days. Which Butters, if you would like to roll a d20, you may.
I already rolled my. No, I'm glad I fucking rolled it because I rolled it again for fun and landed on a 1.
Yep. So 2 6s and a 4. Ah.
We're gonna die.
No, I mean, generally on encounter tables, low rolls are surprisingly better.
Oh yeah, no, I know because it's like lesser creatures.
Yeah. I don't like it though, but that's how it is on most encounter tables.
You don't like it because you like the way that clerics roll their dice.
No, I don't like how clerics roll their dice, but I find it funny. That being said, you guys are traveling. Actually, let me roll for Kurg. Okay. So, as you guys are traveling along, there's a few points on the map that when you guys are resting and able to take some time to take a breather, relax, camp out, that Karg will eventually kind of point out and just mention to you all as you guys are going through the place, or down the road. You're going down the road, obviously, excuse me. Eventually he starts kind of pointing towards one of the place. It has a city kind of off the road. You have to actually go a few miles off-road to actually get to the city. But the city is overlooking a large lake that apparently, slightly more to, if you go to the city itself, apparently this lake is right next to some sort of natural heating vent of some sort because it has a hot spring in it.
Hello.
And the fishing is known for having a few islands on it, which some people say that if you go to those islands that there's various things that have been sequestered there from people who have wanted to either have some fun just hiding things about, or things that they've let loose that they're no longer allowed to go onto those islands for that reason.
What's the reason again?
One of the islands is considered uninhabitable because something or some things were let loose on that island, and it is no longer habitable for people to go there safely.
Curious.
There's also another little place a little ways down that leads into some rolling hills where there's apparently a grove of bananas that city that has been cultivating, as well as apples and peaches and oranges. They try not to crossbreed, but this large orchards that you can go and peruse.
Apples.
Oh my God.
That is further down, so you could hit one up and then the other, but that's up to you. Thus far, you've traveled 5 days.
Where's the hot spring?
That's up to you. That's the first stop you can hit up if you want to go off-road to go there.
I want to experience the warm water.
Do you guys want to go to the city of Hot Springs? Well, that's not the name of the city, but
Please.
Yeah, right.
Butters.
Sure.
I feel like the ladies are like yes, 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 and the Corrigan Butters are just Corrigan Cheshire are just like sure. It's water. Good, sure.
No, Cheshire's just like Cheshire. There's a different reason why Cheshire doesn't like taking off his clothes.
Mm-hmm.
You got scars aplenty, most of which pertain to his backstory. Pertain, wrong word.
You're fine. Of course. So Karg kind of looks at Cheshire, and Cheshire kind of just, sure. So Karg, with a little crack of the whips, gets the cart heading down towards the city. It's a little bit more bumpy. There is it's a less of a beaten path and more of like a slightly bumpy, rocky dirt path, but it's serviceable enough for your needs. Gets you there without having to go through difficult terrain of going actually over the dusty trail, and I apologize, not dusty,
Dusty trail.
rocky trail.
You just defaulted.
I default to dusty because I'm from the desert. Give me a break. As you guys pull in, the evening is beginning to crest the horizon, so this just hit sundown of the 5th night. You see people very quickly beginning to close up shop.
Oh, great! It's fucking haunted.
It's fucking haunted.
Like noticeably quick.
Noticeably, like people are like, all right, curfew, come on.
I'm going to stop someone as soon as I can, like put my hand on the door where they can close it. Excuse me.
So this is my home, ma'am.
This is my house.
It's curfew. We must close the door. Please
What do you mean?
step aside.
Curfew.
If you're wishing to find out more about the curfew, go to the inn. Closes the door.
Can I look at him before he closes the door and like talk to try to say something?
Okay, but he's about to close the door.
I'm not. We're kind of new to town. We don't have the place to stay. May we please stay in your home? And I'd like to use my backstory of just staring this man down in my eyes.
Of
My background
just
ability.
staring him down.
Hold on.
Yo, he did it.
Inside quickly.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Put the mule in the shed. Make sure to close the door. Go. I'm on it. Karg's
How
just
did
like
bring Jaren inside?
Jaren, already running inside. Just jumps up on Cheshire's back and climbs up onto his shoulder, holding on, just like peeking out, just like.
What is happening? What's happening?
Yep. And you guys are led inside. He lets you all inside, and he's just like, I'm letting a bunch of strangers into my home. I'm going to get murdered. Great.
She will pick this man up in a hug. Thank you.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
What race is this guy?
This guy is actually a sea elf.
Oh, he's blue.
He is blue, yes. With the long,
He's
elongated
touching
ears.
his cheeks. I've never seen someone blue before.
Cheshire looks down at himself.
You're like grayish green.
He's grayish blue.
Grayish blue. Okay, I've never seen someone this vibrant of blue before. I just default you as gray. I'm not even gonna lie.
He's blue. He's just a dark blue. My neighbor's a Triton. You'll see plenty of blue people here. Is he going to come back with a card soon? I hope so. Well, not the card. You come
I'm
inside.
gonna peek my head out.
Karg is in the barn, unhitching the mule, and just quickly like, Jilvis, just here.
Is he alright?
Yeah, he's just kind of prancing around. He's just, I got it.
Head out, close
No,
the door, and walk over to him.
I got it.
Sure.
Yes, I'm sure. I know how to talk to animals. Actually, he's going to spend a spell slot on that because he wants to make sure Giovis behaves himself.
She closes the door behind her and looks at Alasa. He's being a stubborn man again.
There's not much you can do about that except wait to see if he grows out of it.
He's almost 30.
I know what I said.
The elf that has lived for like 200 plus years.
And actually, Alasha, looking at this man whose home you have stepped into, this is
Yeah, we just invaded.
this is a younger sea elf. Granted, old enough to be an adult,
Mm-hmm.
but barely.
Wet behind the ears.
Considering he's a sea elf, that's not too far off. I wasn't prepared for people. He kind of glanced at Cheshire, just runs his hand through his hair. Just,
Pay no mind to it. Go on with roleplay.
I'm going on with the roleplay. I'm ignoring you. Have a seat, please. Do you like tea?
Indeed.
It's not good tea, but it's tea. I can make something.
I've never had tea.
I don't think I've.
I will make
Yeah.
you some tea. He goes off into the other room. You hear. Alright. Comes back into the room.
Ellie-
Kinda-
Ellie leans to Alasha. Is tea like coffee?
Yes and no. Tea is made from the leaves of a specific plant. But
You see your face like scrunched up in confusion, like, what?
it confers us benefit in perking you. Not quite as powerful as coffee.
Okay.
All right. Can you drink it cold?
You can. You have to brew it by boiling it first, but you can then chill it to be served cool.
All right.
He walks back in after a moment, kind of just dusting his pants. It's gonna probably take just a couple minutes for the water to boil. Make yourselves comfortable.
Why is there a curfew?
Perhaps I should wait for your friend to get back in so I can explain it to all of you and not have to do it twice. Unless you want to tell him when he gets back in, I don't mind either way. Curfew, right. Yeah, that's starting up again.
I'll go outside and
Don't
peek
go
out
out. Just
I'll
peek
go
out the-
peek out the window
that.
to
Yeah.
see if I can see Karg.
Yep. Looking out the window, he's still in the place, and you see him like talking to, like, he's like looking very stern at Juvis, and Juvis like is like braying back, and he's just like saying something, and also you see in the background just as you see Juvis kind of like look over, just like look back at him, like look back at the where the lightning was, look back at him, just like
Oh, that's why he's spooked.
Karg's like saying something. He's like, moves him in, and you see him actually go into his bag, and you see him fiddling around with something. You can't see it because of where your positioning is, but when you see him come back out, you see him just wrapping a blanket, which you have seen him sleep in before. So it's his blanket.
Aww.
To Jeeves, and just tying it in ways to like help him out, like essentially making it so that some of the stress will be off of Jeeves' chest, so he's not having heart palpitations or anything like that. Basically, you see Jeeves like just kind of like look at him, just kind of like smack his face with his muzzle, just like whack. And he like leans back, just like slowly rubs his face, just taps him on the nose.
He over lost his shoulder.
He like says something else and just he pulls out some feed, puts it out, and he's like just rubs his mane, just kind of scruffs his hair. Okay. Turns around and sees you. He like turns around and he like halfway sees you, like I'm coming. And
I just imagine he turns around and like both women give him like that fucking cheeky finger wave. Bullshit.
Yep.
Like we see ya.
Yeah. He gives like the little wave, and he starts to jog forward.
Please God, tell me it's
quick question.
Yes.
This man is wearing like full half plate armor, right?
He's wearing heavy
scale
armor.
Mail.
He's wearing
chainmail.
Chainmail.
He's meant to be wearing scale mail. I don't know why it's chainmail.
He's wearing scale mail.
He's wearing metal. I think is her point.
Yeah.
You ever saw like in Legend of Zelda, like whenever like you're climbing something and then all this.
In Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Oh no!
If Karg gets struck by lightning. Oh.
A bolt of lightning
wait.
comes out of the sky and
Wait,
strikes
lightning
him.
damage was more than that.
Oh Jesus Christ! That's load. Oh Jesus!
As he's like stumbles back, just like what the? As he starts, he like blinks for a second,
bolts out the door.
and he like.
Aren't you wearing metal armor too?
No.
Aren't you carrying 2 metal weapons?
Yes.
2 huge metal. Yeah. Elisha stops you from going outside.
Why?
You are wearing 2 perfectly functioning lightning
She
rods.
drops the weapons on the floor immediately and bolts out.
That's more like it.
Okay, you head outside and you see him just like holding his ears as he's like blinking rapidly, just
She
like.
will pick him up and walk back inside.
Roll a dex
Don't
save with
fight
disadvantage. Roll a dex save straight. Yeah, both of you failed.
Oh no.
You're fighting weather. You're fighting lightning. I've upped the DC for that. Karg is unconscious.
Oh Jesus! I'm not. Thank God.
Yeah, you drag him inside, and he is unconscious.
That's 29 health I have left. I think. If I'm doing my math right. Yeah.
As from outside of the area, you just hear, and the whole place seems to like rumble and shake. There's actually from where Karg was first struck when you're running out to grab him.
Sucks.
Yeah, he nat 20'd if he had advantage. He didn't. Where he was initially struck, you can actually see like part of the ground is slightly more than slightly singed. Like there's electric marks on the ground where it's like melted and burnt. And with the second one, like you feel the lightning that hit him strike you as well, and you're just like, bad touch.
Guru, as a person that's seen lightning up close, I say me and Elisha should make a save to see if our eyes are not
Constitution save for both
Yeah.
of you. Also for
Dude.
the dude.
I've been so close to
Actually,
lightning now,
yeah.
I know for a fact, if you're looking at lightning that close, your eyes are fucked.
Yeah. And you guys were peeking out the window. Cheshire saves. Barely.
Is the
Jesus
DC
Christ, a 25
higher than
save?
21?
Yes.
Then
She
I'm
fails
not going to
automatically.
bother to roll.
You are blinded. Paris?
Blinded from the first one or
Con save?
blinded from the second one?
First one.
Oh, wow. I would have barely been able to stop her from going outside without those weapons.
You are also blinded. You bump into the wall getting in, but you do manage to get in. Which, speaking of, since you're able to get in, that's your movement turn. 1 second here.
I'm fumbling over to the door to shut it. Oh, look at that nat 19 on the death save.
I'll walk over to Karg and I'll take his clothing and rip pieces off of the cloth that he's wearing underneath the armor
Mhm.
and start like trying to do my best medical work I can.
Do a medicine check.
Nope, not working.
You're losing him. You're losing him, Doc.
I'm sorry,
Oh
what?
my god.
I'll just slap him. Didn't work. Fair enough.
Oh,
I'll try
unblind
again.
me, you idiots! No!
Oh, he's dead.
Are we
Oh,
about
he's
to
dead.
fucking lose
he's
our
dead.
cleric?
Hold on. Before that happens, Paris, was there anything you were going to try and do?
Yeah, I
Try
would
and
like to,
fucking
except
wake
I'm
him up.
like,
Yes.
Medicine check with disadvantage.
Oh,
you're blinded.
No, I
I'll
can't
help
look.
her for it. Straight roll?
The sea elf will attempt to help you for a straight roll.
Cheshire was trying to.
Oh, it's a 19.
That is just enough. Otherwise, yes, he would have been killed by nature, which is irony because of the fact that
He's
he's a nature cleric.
Oh, that would have been
Oh,
salty AF.
yeah, that would have done him in. But I forgot that you technically, quote unquote, had a turn, and as you know, Cheshire was doing this.
Oh my god!
The sea elf did
I
not look
tried.
out the window, but yeah, between the three of you, like you're still kind of like right there, like he's like having you put your hands in certain places, and he's like, yo, just lift him here. Okay, he's alive. Good. He's not gonna die on us. Okay, so curfew.
Who's breathing into their mic?
Not me.
I was trying to reincarnate Karg.
Yeah,
Oh.
Or not reincarnate, reenact.
reenact. Yeah, that's Karg. Just he's alive. Barely. Because otherwise that natural one would have meant that a lightning stopped his heart.
Yeah.
But
Jesus
yeah,
Christ!
because I apologize, I did not mean to skip over your turn, Paris, but yeah, he had a brush with death right there, and the guy just kind of leans back. He's like, "I'll give you a couple minutes to get your sight back. You can barely hear me, can't you? I just
So I'm guessing lightning's weird around these parts, huh?
didn't used to be, and now whenever the sun goes down, lightning.
Yes, we could see.
No, you can't hear either. You're deafened.
Oh, you didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, I
No,
said
you
you're blinded
said
and
blinded.
deafened.
No,
Okay,
you didn't.
shit.
You just
Oh, I
said
did?
blinded.
My apologies. You're deafened
Yeah.
at the moment as well. Yeah.
I can also attest to that.
Yeah.
Real loud.
Yeah. Two of you are blinded and deafened. One of you is unconscious for.
Cheshire's fine
Wow.
and dandy.
Cheshire is like fine and dandy, barely.
Well, Guru, he's heard some loud noises.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm aware. Believe me. But that being said, that's yeah. You're just like, huh? Okay. And the CF just kind of leans back slowly and just like, I'm Wade, by the way.
I can't hear him.
like how you wade in water.
Yeah, it's my parents were a fan of irony.
Is that irony? I don't know what that'd be considered.
I think it's irony.
Coincidental, maybe?
It's a little bit irony.
Yeah. My name's Cheshire, so I guess I ain't got much room to talk.
Tell me when I get my sight and hearing back.
I will.
Yes, please.
He's currently talking to Cheshire because he's blinded and such.
While they're fucked, I'll just start giving this guy some recipes I've been reading about.
Yeah.
At this
yeah.
point, he's done with the recipe book. Like, within 5 days, he's easily done with the recipe book. He's on to the history one.
I mean, skimming wise, you need to read it more thoroughly if you were like wanting to know it and be able to be like, yes, I know all of these things. You're like, hey, I found this thing that looked really cool. I wonder if it's any good. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Um,
I just gave him the recipe for a meat pie.
basically, he's like, hey, I didn't think of using that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm waiting for them to get their bearings back.
After he gives it, it's just dead awkward silence for the rest of the time. It's like, so yeah, it's this, and this for a great meat pie, and it's just awkward silence for the rest.
That sounds pretty Cheshire-ish.
I appreciate that. It's been a while since I've even considered meat pie. I haven't been away from the water in a long while. He goes. When you go dead silent, he looks comfortable. Like he's just like, I'm happy to not talk right now. He's like nodding slowly, just. Flinches and kind of clamps up, just like.
I like that idea. Cheshire does not move a fucking muscle when he hears the lightning.
Probably not. But this guy, he just locks up, just like, ugh. I'm okay. By around 2 minutes in, your senses have fully come back. It's not like you can see with spotty vision. You can see fully.
As soon as her hearing comes back, she puts her ear to Kark's chest. She just collapses. It's more in relief than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like unconscious or just like
just on top.
physically?
She just falls, essentially. She's not unconscious, her eyes are open.
Yeah, she's just like laying against and like, I can't believe you almost died, you bitch. But yeah, the CF also made sure to try and take off the armor, which it was shocking to try and get off to actually.
Oh wait, Guru.
Yes.
By the rules of Shock and Grass, Karg had disadvantage on those saves, didn't he?
Technically, yeah.
Deck saves.
That's why Paris rolled it straight and he didn't. Because she
Oh,
was
I
like,
thought
I'm
it
not
was
wearing
my
armor.
danger sense.
That is why it was also without disadvantage.
So Karg had extra disadvantage.
Yep. Yeah, he was not in a good place for walking in lightning.
The horse is okay, isn't it?
Jeeves
Didn't hit the table, did it?
didn't hit the stable. It directly hit Karg.
Jesus Christ, because it'll automatically go to the middle.
It should go to the highest point. But it struck Karg.
Oh,
the
Jesus,
tall
wait,
man?
hang on, that's weird.
That is weird.
Taller than a stable?
No.
Yeah, that's weird.
Which, do you look at the stable?
She hasn't moved.
Okay.
For
So
all
you're
intents and
still on
purposes-
Karg.
For all intents and purposes, she's catatonic.
I will
Cheshire.
go and look at the stable, but I will shield my eyes so I don't get blinded again.
Make a perception check.
Cool.
Is the tea done at this point?
Oh, the tea.
You hear
The
the
tea is
whistling of it, and the Wade just stares for a moment before kind of slowly going, right, the tea, I'll be right back, and he walks over. You
Wait, what?
you took up the perceptive feat, right?
I sure did.
Okay. No disadvantage because of that. Because it's not within 60 feet, but it was dark out to a certain point, and as the lightning is cracking, it does illuminate some parts of the background. And one of the things that you notice is that on the stable, there's a fixture that looks like it's clearly meant to be, held up and away from the stable and goes down into the ground.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a lightning rod?
Exactly like a lightning rod.
Okay.
And
So
we
there's
should
a
make
lightning
that
rod.
that would make that the highest point on that
not
building.
only the highest point, but a direct connection between the lightning and the ground that it should have hit, but it did not. That is highly irregular.
Nature's acting all weird.
Hmm.
You hear Wade come out with some plates as he slowly like slides over some cups. Like, I'm not used to having guests. I'm sorry, I'm a little out of practice. You're. I can keep some boiling for when he wakes up. Your friend's gonna want some tea. It'll help calm her out. Miss. Miss.
Hmm?
Tea. Tea's ready. It'll help make you feel better.
She doesn't move.
Takes
I
his
will
cup.
hold on to it for her until she is ready.
It's gonna need to warm up if she takes too long, but he takes a sip. It's like hot. He takes a sip. It's like you can see that you're sipping it as well. I heard
This is
Butter
essentially like-
sipping. I heard Butter sipping.
Butter's just not sipping. Cheshire's not sipping. He's putting his finger in it and spinning it while trying to lower the ability of chill.
You're trying to cool it.
Yeah, he's just cooling it.
When you stick your finger into it, you can't feel it fully, but you can sense that there's a radiating heat off of this. It kind of makes your finger a little bit numb, but then you start cooling it, and it starts feeling a lot better really quick. And you see just him just take a big swig. Do you take a drink as well, Asha?
I will sip the tea.
It is scalding hot.
Good shit.
Yeah, and this man just took a big swallow.
Something tells me Matt really likes like really hot tea.
Hot tea is nice, but I also like milk in my tea, so not really hot.
Eh.
Was that a sound of disgust?
No. It's just that I don't like tea. Regardless, so it was like
I
an
don't
eh.
drink tea. I don't drink tea. So.
I like lemon tea. Excuse me.
I've never had tea.
Yeah, me either. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to hit
You're-
that. But yeah, I've never had tea, but Wade is enjoying it.
Wait, how do you say you don't like to drink tea, but you never had tea?
I didn't say
Me?
I don't like it. I said
I
I've
said
never
I
had
don't
it.
like
She
tea.
said she doesn't like tea, and she drinks.
He
it.
said
I've
he's
had,
never
like,
had it.
Tea, but I don't think that counts.
It does. I've had a
I
few
didn't like
types
sweet
of
tea.
tea, and it's just like, eh.
Everyone has their preference, but yeah, it's very interesting taste. Even with it scalding, like it takes a little bit of letting it cool off to actually be able to sip it and enjoy the flavors. It's a very earthen taste, kind of a got a bit of a what's the words I'm looking for? A smooth spice almost.
Hmm.
It's not bad. Well, by his standards. By your standards, it might not be.
What is the dice?
He just to see how well he was taking the heat. He's taking it pretty well, taking it like a champ.
Ellie doesn't move until Carter wakes up.
That's
Tell me more about this strange.
She might
weather.
try and wake him up every now and again.
yeah, he's gonna be out for a while. Well, funny thing about that.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
We are not sure ourselves. It just kind of happened, I guess, is the best way to phrase it. We've been here for most of my life, at least a good 80 years, and nothing like this has ever occurred. And then suddenly, just within the last year, if you go outside after dark, lightning strikes you. It seems to focus on people with metal in their hands
I'm
or
back.
that they're wearing. No worries. That they're wearing first. But we did some tests. We actually found out that the lightning seems attracted to the metal. So we figured we'd set up some stuff to try and draw the lightning away to make sure that we don't get struck by it. And at first we thought it worked. We had curfew, lightning struck a few of the places, actually prevented fires and such, which was a great boon to us because as much as we're right next to the water, not having to use it to put things out means we can focus on other things, which is really good, especially for the livestock and whatnot, which is, again, a boon. And then a few days later, someone tried to walk outside after dark, and they got struck by lightning, and they didn't make it. So that proved that theory wrong. But we kept the lures up there to try and help prevent further accidents and incidences. But we don't know what's going on.
And nothing has changed in the surrounding area. Nothing has come, nothing is gone.
That we're aware of? No. I mean, there's been a abundance of creatures. Like life seems to be almost overly abundant compared to most years we've been here. Like it's just everything's just gone out of control. It's like a spiral just kind of just went out of control. Lasha, religion check.
Goody.
Spiral, it's not the most familiar tale that you remember. It's something that you remember hearing about from when you were young. Spirals were supposedly something that were meant to be essentially considered points of reference for the gods, where in order to make sure that various gods were able to have their domain and not conflict excessively, each would choose a point, and from there their energies would spiral outwards, and from there they would eventually be able to help carve together. And if one god was pushing against the other, it would be considered that their spiral was fluctuating, that they were growing in their power and they were overcoming the god of another territory. Granted, with the amount of gods that there can be, this theory doesn't hold much weight, but it's something that elves have thought to be one of the better ideologies because of the fact that it gives an idea that either one or several gods might be in, say, hills, and if they're surging, as in they're gaining power, they start to push out and have an abundance of magic, life, divinational, or not divine, basically. Divinational is a type of magic. Divine magic, just pushing outwards from an area. Granted, it's supposed to be able to go to an entire area. This has not been occurring in any of the places you've been so far, at least not as far as you're aware. So an isolated incident is very strange.
So run that by me again. Basically, you're saying that this concept of spirals is talking about how the domains of the gods, when they branch out, would sometimes brush up against each other, and if one began to overtake the area of another, it was in reference to how that particular god's power was overtaking the others.
And sometimes if it was like a religion was suddenly increased, like it had a sudden surge of members, they would essentially refer to it as a spiral surge.
Okay.
But he said this has been happening for a year and it's isolated. That's two things that's making you go, that doesn't sound right.
Okay. Hmm.
I have no better explanation. I really don't. Sorry.
It's alright. Honestly, I'm not the person to be asking about in terms of these situations. It would regrettably be our companion who is currently quite out of it.
He was struck by lightning twice.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, that can happen. I've never seen it hit quite as quickly. It didn't strike the same place twice, so I mean, there's probably good luck why he didn't just die. But
Actually, the fact that I know what Karg is, would that give me any point of reference? The fact that he's a nature cleric, and it seemed like he was personally attacked by this weather.
He's
can make
wearing
an
metal
assumption.
armor.
he is wearing metal armor.
Yeah, but it's more than just the fact that he's wearing metal armor. It's the fact that he's wearing metal armor and also surrounded by houses and buildings that have lightning rods on them.
There's also the fact that I was struck and I had no metal on me.
Well, you were carrying Karg.
I was trying. From what I could tell, I could barely get my hands on him.
Yeah, but you were still touching him.
That would mean that it would transfer, though, not shock.
Hmm.
If the bolt's big enough, then it's not necessarily a transfer.
Just,
He's not wrong. And
he's
it's-
not.
Yeah, it's half, and it's not halfway. It's scale mail, so there's enough. Actually, yeah, it's scale mail. So it would still transfer between him to you. He can wear heavy metal like chainmail. He's got scale mail. I keep trying to make sure that distinction is made aware. But yeah,
Because for the first, 5 sessions, we thought he had heavy metal.
no, he's still got disadvantage on his stealth checks. It's just that if he has medium armor mastery, that means that he would no longer have disadvantage on stealth checks. If, obviously.
Mm.
Actually, what did he take for his level 4? I'll look into that later. What? I can be questioning these things. Details, semantics, we'll get into that later. But
Mhm.
yeah. Kind of just leans back slowly. He'll probably be up in a couple hours. If you need a place to rest, I've got pillows. Again, I'm not ready for people.
I will be fine.
Yeah, I know you will be. You'll be like me, suffering in silence while we wait for the storm to pass. Welcome to Brine Lake. And that's where we'll end the session.
I'm not okay.
Also, that's the name of the lake. The city and the lake are both named the same thing.
Right?
Were you expecting that?
I'm not okay.
I was fine with the Karg's dead. I'm like, okay.
Huh.
I'm
Karg's
not
dead.
okay.
Huh.
This is one of the few characters that I'm like, I actually had to think, would he be upset if Karg died? Like every other character of mine would be like, oh god, my teammate died. I'm sad. Cheshire, I'm like,
What do I feel? What is emotions?
because Cheshire doesn't fully feel. Yeah. So I was like, huh.
I mean, this means that now he can have to question. He can question that. That can be character growth for him if you want. If you don't want him to, that's up to you. But someone almost died in front of him, and he was not wearing his mask. So he's not dead. He's alive, but it was close. But that was also for point of reference for you guys, because obviously Karg is supposed to be the one who does that anyways. The reason for the timing was also for one other thing.
Hmm?
I rolled a d20 for Karg's roll, he got a natural 20.
What the fuck?
Bad things happen in encounter tables with a natural 20.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting him to go into unconsciousness from 2 lightning
Or
bolts,
nearly
but it's 2
die.
lightning bolts. Or to almost die from
Oh, thank
failing a
God
death
for the
save.
medicine check.
Yeah, if you had gotten less than a 10, then that one would have still counted, and you would have been dead.
Oh God.
I'm surprised no one actually... Does anyone have healing potions?
No.
No, we
Yeah,
don't.
you guys need to get to a place where where those are sold eventually.
Yes!
But you've been in
Not
you've
yet.
been in towns. You need to be in closer
Dude,
to the magical
actually,
central. Which
I kid
yes,
not. I was like, when I was a Karg, I'm like, I'll buy a health kit. Then I'm like, nah, because I was like, I legit thought, okay, what happens if Karg dies or goes unconscious? Then I'm just like, all right, we'll deal with it.
Oh yeah, Guru. We
Shit.
had 5 days on the road. I would have checked out those ceramic potion jars with draconic on them.
I'll DM you them in a bit. None of them are healing potions, by the way.
Oh well.
Guru,
Yeah.
Guru, you gotta understand, like, I'm like, Butters totally sees need for a healing kit. Cheshire, man.
I mean, if someone goes down, we have Karg to get him back up. What if Karg goes down?
Heart goes down.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
slap
He
him
thought
awake.
that. Yeah, exactly. Like, you just slap him awake. It's that easy.
Yeah. The thing about going unconscious,
Mm.
as Cheshire is currently going to see, is that when you are brought back, even with a medicine check, it can take 1 to 4 hours.
He's
Plus
out for
1.
4 hours, isn't he?
Guys, guess what?
Hmm.
If Guru actually talks me out of something when I was making Cheshire, which would have helped in the scenario, because Guru talked me out of taking medicine.
I didn't.
A thing about Cheshire is we agree on. Cheshire knows a lot about the body in general.
Yes,
Yeah.
but medicine, I'd say, was not so, like medicine in terms of treating the body.
Yeah,
Treating
treating
the
the body,
body.
not so much.
Yes.
Knowing the body, period, Cheshire knows a lot about.
Yes, he knows the body as part of what his background is, but fixing it for like a medicine check, I was like, no, he wouldn't know that. That was not something he was trained in. But yeah, if he had actually been able to convince me to get the proficiency, he'd have gotten 11.
Yeah,
Which
that
is
would
good
have been
enough.
a success.
The
Oh,
5
no, it
would
would have
not
been
have-
12.
12.
11. Yeah.
12.
11.
No, 11, because you're level 5. Pretty proficiency. That being said, this was fun.
This was something, alright.
I love the curveballs that this place can take us on. Paris is still struck by lightning. If you enjoyed this, consider leaving a follow at WhatTeamComp at twitch.tv. We stream these Wednesdays and Thursdays, and we are glad to have more people to enjoy this with. By all means, show up, chat with us. If you don't want to chat and you just want to listen as background noise, we understand, we appreciate it. If you're watching this in the future on YouTube, consider leaving us a like and a comment. It really helps us out, lets us have some feedback as to what you thought. Subscribe if you want to keep up with the content. If you disliked it, just remember Karg is dead. I'm kidding, he's alive.
Aw.
Eventually.
We all die eventually.
Everyone
God damn it.
dies eventually.
Fun fact, that's the main reason why Cheshire doesn't fully, care about people dying. Look, it happens to everybody eventually. Like,
It's just how long you
Eh.
survive.
pretty much, man.
But in the meantime,
Cheshire's one of those people.
yeah. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. You've all been wonderful, and we appreciate you. And we'll see you all next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh.